Hi folks, hello. Vowed to. On the moon vowed to never break. She didn't actually. She knew them all. It saw him in the very room. The very room. He wasn't sending her any winks or nods or any sort of signal. When he looked upon her, he looked with the same contempt that the others were. Wanda felt safe, a little safety. Safety seeing him, knowing that maybe if these men went too far, he might spring into action and save her. That would have been quite a feat, where there was at least a dozen men in the room with the chamber, in the room with her, and more in the hall. Wanda knew the mole was no fool. He would free her when it was safest for her to be freed. See, perhaps he can reveal the details. Wanda didn't know. Dad, he'd blow his cover. His cover till he couldn't maintain it anymore. There is no mole. Mole. Let's see, where's the mole? There is no mole, Wanda proclaimed. And if there was, I do not know who he is. A male? Gilder asked. Wanda frowned at him. I don't think. Could be a man or a woman, Wanda said. We jade respect the power of both sexes. Strong jade women have had an important role in our civilization since its founding. Yeah, Gilder agreed, muttered. I knew plenty of strong, brave women in war. Many of them were murdered by you, Jade. After capture. Goddamn scumbags. Scumbags. One of the soldiers in the room jeered. Where are all my friends who were dead while you're alive? Sitting here alive, miss. Another asked bitterly. Imagine that comes up at serial killer trials. Like, why is my family member dead while you're saying you're alive in a nice prison? I think if I had a time machine, I'd delete all the serial killers from history. Yep, I don't think it would be a big thing to get rid of them. Has any good ever come from a serial killer? Said maybe Jack the Ripper. I think Jack the Ripper might have helped, like, investigative sciences, but you know. I'm sure we would have reached those developments eventually without needing to. Yeah. Let's see. I gotta see if Jack the Ripper killed prostitutes in my universe, or if he targeted women of society. I think he would have been more infamous and caught if he targeted high society kind of women instead of prostitutes, because prostitute was not a very valued person back then. Still isn't, I guess, but that's because of the attitudes of people. Not because of, let's see. I mean, if you look in history, most serial killers preyed on women. I mean, most serial killers preyed on prostitutes, sorry, who mostly were women. I'm not standing. I'm standing. Wanda thought. I'll give you to the count of 3 to tell me who the mole is. Gilder ordered. Yeah, switching points of view, you know. I do not know who he is, Wanda replied forcefully. Or her. Or if there's more than any of them. Perhaps he's dead. He's dead. Perhaps he's dead somewhere. You don't even know. I want to recall briefly some mystery she read, where the twist was that the killer died earlier in the book. They were responsible for every death but their own when they were killed in self-defense by their last intended victim. And then the mystery was, what's the killed by the last? And then the mystery, so for a good chunk of book, let's see, it was very death later on that someone killed in self-defense by their last victim. Wanda knew that wasn't the case. Knew this wasn't similar to that. Nah, I probably don't need that. Wanda was careful not to look in the direction of the mole. She eyeballed the floor. She hoped her body language wasn't telling the enemy anything. Like that the mole was in the room, which he was. This was something that maybe Gilder and the others believed, considered. Very well. Gilder muttered and looked to Rupert Warg. Do it, Doc. Replied. Finally, great jets of cold air assaulted Wanda from the bottom of the tube. It rose up about her, like some whirling water. It was the coldest sensation Wanda ever felt. It seemed to turn her very bones to ice. She let out a gasp, then a scream as it felt like she was burning in a way, like her flesh was being scorched by the cold somehow. It was like the sensation of, it was like she was pressed against something extremely cold for too long, and the cold had infected her flesh somehow. burning her very cells. Another jet of cold hit Wanda, seemingly from above her head. She didn't see any vents anywhere. Let's see, vents. Yeah, when you have multiple things carry over from a story, continuity, you know, you always gotta check on that kind of stuff. That's why I think some writers don't bother with that and set their stories in like one universe per book, you know. Helps suspension of disbelief a bit too, I think. Like, you can believe strange things are going on in this one instance, because there is weird stuff in the world, you know. Didn't see any vents anywhere. And like all that cold was blasting her from some invisible portal, or set of them. Like they were opening, like Dr. Warg was opening some gateway to some realm of eternal winter. Eternal, vicious winter. Damn you. And the growl and regret. Saying that afterwards. Not just because the cold blew in her face. Her mouth and tongue freezing up the ladder. But because it showed weakness. Weakness. She was being weak in front of the enemy. How come there's only ever cars on the street when I'm writing? Like zoom zoom. Whenever I'm writing, suddenly the street outside turns into the Indiana 500 or something. Like cars zooming back and forth. Probably some Amazon truck delivering something to his house. We don't need any more stuff. We got enough stuff. Bought too much into the American dream that to be happy you have to own a lot of stuff. Oh boy. What? There's no one out there. Why is my doorbell ringing? Yeah. Okay. We'll make it stop if you tell us what we want to know. Gilder growled. So please, tell us the identity of the mole. Let's see. Wanda was hit by another blast. Vicious blast of cold air. At this point, her clothes didn't mean anything. She somehow felt beyond naked. Like she didn't even have her skin. Even have her skin, muscle, and blood over her bones. The interior tube was hard to breathe in. The air felt rough in her lungs as it entered her throat and lungs. Her lungs felt like they were freezing up, as did most of her body. Wanda wondered if they were going to go too far. Was she going to feel? I kind of like Wanda. Maybe I'll keep her alive and use her as a viewpoint character for a story. She might even become the hero, you know. I don't think I used that enough where a bad character eventually turns good, or a good character turns... usually it's the opposite with me. A good character turns bad. All the best villains in stories in fiction start out as heroes, you know? It's something to remember, I think. But you're going to feel what it was like to be cryogenically frozen alive. Was she really going to become some crydom here? She looked to her hands and saw they were her arms, and saw that the skin was pale, but not blue. At least, not yet. There's gotta be a mole. Here. Gilder said. No way about it. No way around it. So please, tell us. And this will stop. I know nothing. Wanda yelled and got hit by another gust. Now she was starting to feel like she was dying. Like the cold was literally sucking the life out of her. Edges of her vision were blackening. He wondered if maybe she'd go blind before she died. He heard from people their vision faded as they died. They died. So in a way, everyone died blind, swimming in the dark. Sucking the life out of her. Wondered if the cold might freeze the jelly inside her eyeballs, make them as solid frozen meatballs. Let's say frozen. It's like a frozen egg. Make them solid as rocks. Rock under a snow pile. Maybe this is not the freezing, but seal her lips and make it impossible for her to talk. In a way, she didn't mind that. In a way, she didn't mind dying here if she would win against the enemy. But shameful enough, she had been taken alive, and things had gone this far. What's going on? A new voice called out. Another woman. Wanda saw herself looking upon a beautiful, young Japanese woman with long black hair. Yes, long black hair that's delightful. She was wearing some simple black dress. I mean, did she have a kimono on? I don't think so. A simple black dress, boots, a white lab coat, and boots on her feet. She looked with horror in Wanda's direction. And Wanda imagined She wasn't too pretty of a sight. Deathly pale, with a touch of frost on her face, eyelids, eyelashes, and fingers. She was probably looking pretty blue by now, but not Crydon level blue. Did I mention that Crydons have blue skin? It's their own unique shade of it, too. Let's see. His face right on blue. Wanda was almost afraid to look and afraid to move. At the moment, she felt stiff as a posed corpse, but much more fragile. Like she'd actually, like her head would actually snap off if she tried to turn it in any way. Saw herself, found herself, it should be. Dr. Yamamoto. Probably my favorite Japanese last name. It's elegant but easy to spell, at least next to some Japanese names. Quite a lot of fun writing that part of the story earlier, set in Japan and set in the war between China and Japan. Now, Chinese names versus Japanese names. They're pretty easy to tell apart, but still they're kind of complicated to a Western person. A lot of Chinese names I find are kind of weirdly similar to, like, words, common English words, so that can cause some problems. I think every Chinese name has 3 parts to it, you know, like, Chiang Kai-shek. It's like a family name, something else, and something else. Of course, the first name. I'm not an expert on these names. I do know that some names, you know, you put the last name first, and then after that, you know. Let's see. Right there, Yamamoto. Rupert Ward said. The girl looked furious. Where is the Wanda? Almost like some Jade Warrior. Jade Warrior. The Japanese War did have a lot of warrior blood in them. And even their ladies could be fierce. Wanda was still pretty sure the Jade woman had the... Just saying. Japanese woman beat in all areas, including spirit. Maybe I should have had a Japanese lady soldier point of view in that other story. Oh, it's a little late for that. I already have, like, she could have been like the Japanese version of the German lady soldier, but it's a little late for that. Plus, I don't know if that's necessary. I'm not going to spend much time in the Pacific in the other story, but enough talk of that. Have a nice day. See you later, folks.